Alright, we're a month away from the end of the Pauper Circuit season, and I had planned to make more of these videos, but, well, life happens. Still, it's been a great season so far, and I look forward to an equally great finish. With that being said, let's talk about the set that's going to bring us into the home stretch here, DC Rebirth. Today I'm going to give you my top 5 picks for the best Pauper pieces in DC Rebirth. We're going to start strong in the number 5 spot with Nightwing. So, why do I like Nightwing? Flexibility. You have an option of 2-point values and a mini pick-a-power that lets him play as an offensive or a support piece. With the Batman team ability, he gets to hide from the Cable teams and other ranged teams, and he has excellent mobility. I'd like him a little bit better if he had the Gotham City keyword, but I'm not going to complain too much about the Batman family keyword either. At number 4, we have probably the best support piece in the set, Prez Ricard. Since he doesn't break theme, he'll fit on any team, and that special leadership can keep swarm teams rolling. I shudder to think of him on a Molly Swarm. His defend with 18 defense is going to help you with your team's survivability as well, and you just need to push him to get a 35-point perplex. Yes, he's a soft target that's a little bit shallow in the dial, but I tell you, on the right team, he is well worth the risk. Now, I did flip-flop a couple of times when I considered number 2 and 3, but I finally decided Deathstroke fell just a little short of the number 2 mark. Not that he's not good. At 100 points, he's a really good primary attacker for your Pauper team, bypassing defenses with both Psyblast and Exploit. And he can use either running shot or charge, and ignores hindering terrain while doing it. He has Indom, so he's acting a lot, and he can heal himself with KOs. He's also a wild card, so he can make use of whatever team ability you have at your disposal. So it's really hard to find a flaw here. My only real complaint is the lack of quality keywords, so he's really difficult to build a theme team around. So what edged out Deathstroke in my book? At number 2, you have the uncommon Power Girl. I value her flexibility a bit more than Deathstroke's raw power. You can play her at multiple point values, and she can buff herself by changing sizes. That also gives her the ability to ignore terrain and characters when moving, and extends her reach, and even allows her to carry. On top of that, she can choose between Outwit and Perplex every turn, allowing her to make the whole team better. Her keywords are slightly limited, but I do like Scientist in the format, and she has the possibility for self-heals, although I would never count on that. So what can beat all that? Well, before I share number 1 with you, I have a few honorable mentions that nearly made my list. The common Commander Steel fills a void on Justice Society teams, and almost made my list for that reason alone. And the feedback damage on a Justice Society team could be brutal as well. The uncommon Kid Flash is another piece that got my attention just from pure flexibility. The Speed Force is always fun to play with, and the possibility of a free TK is pretty cool. And Billy Batson is a great support piece in the format. So what if he can't become Shazam in Pauper? He's still a Perplex for 20 points with a stop click, and could even possibly shut down some free actions. All 3 of these were so close to making my list. But my top spot has to go to Mr. Terrific. I've been looking for pieces that can make Justice Society good, and Terrific is terrific at that. Keep him back with the pieces that share good defense with him, and uses T-Spheres to buff, then base an opponent to make a close attack from relative safety. He starts with Outwit and Stealth, but unless I'm going against a ranged monster, I'm probably going to push him to the 11 attack with probability control. He also has the Scientist keyword, giving him another solid team to call home. Granted, you can only use Perplex each combat value once with the T-Spheres, but 12 attack for 4 damage with Prob is pretty good, and that's before you factor in whatever else your team brings to you. So, I hope this helps you with your teams heading into the final month of the circuit. There's still time to qualify for the championship in June, so get building, pester your venue to run a Pauper Circuit win-a-map, and I will see you at Origins.